Hello and welcome everybody to another unboxing and first impressions video. This time we again are going back to the brand Comme de Garcons, which is one of my favorite brands. As you could probably tell if you look at my past video on this house, I enjoy a lot of their fragrances. I just enjoy their style. I enjoy, there's a certain honesty that comes with this brand. I think they don't try to act like they have the most expensive quality of materials and everything. They just find a concept that they find interesting, and then they make a scent to fit that concept, which really I can identify with that philosophy. So as you can see, there's 4 new scents. Well, if I say new, 4 new within my collection as a full bottle, but I know at least one of these, which I'll get back to that. We have got black, we've got Blackpepper, we've got, well, let's just lift the veil. This is one of their colognes, so it is their cologne series. This is Vettiveru, or Vettiveru 2. And we've got the original Comme des Garçons Eau de Parfum. All right, I've smelled one of these, and 3 of these are gonna be new. Let's start with black, which is one of the new ones. So these only come in a 100 ml bottle of eau de toilette, I believe. Let's see the best way to open this. And in the Comme des Garçons typical plastic bag, this is kind of their very industrial packaging, maybe referencing the style of perfumery they also do. Get rid of this. And here you go, here's the bottle. It's like a chalky matte black finish. Very simple, very minimalistic. You can see it's eau de toilette, 100 mils. The top part is see-through, and you can see the color of the juice is like a light yellow. All right, so it's called black. So what do we expect? We expect something that smells dark, but I have a blotter here. I will give it 2 spritzes and we'll tell you what I think. Comme des Garçons is very simple sprayers, nothing special, but they are about average. I think they do the job well. Okay, we've got our 2 sprays. Super, super nice. Immediately, very glad I got this. I'm a little bit surprised because it's a lot lighter than I expected, given the name. It's very spicy. So I get loads of different spices. It's spicy, woody, and there's a sweetness coming through, which I didn't expect. It's almost like, it's like the spices are sweet, or the wood is sweet. It's like a sweet wood. Sweet, woody, smoky, spicy. But there's a freshness that comes with it. I don't know if they use aldehydes or citrus notes, maybe some bergamot. It's almost got like a fresh tea quality to it, I think, like a smoky fresh tea, spiced tea. I'm getting pepper, I'm getting clove, I think. There's some cacao-like, like maybe coffee-like notes, roasted. It's very pleasant, I think. There, but on the back end, there's something synthetic starting to appear. And given that it's black, this smells very tarry. If you've ever driven down the road and there's like a machine laying fresh tarmac, and it has that smell, and it's very pungent. Imagine that smell, but very diffuse. So not as concentrated, not as eye-wateringly smoky and chemically just a very fine, refined way of this tar quality. And that gives like a slight resinous quality, but in a dry way, so it's not a sticky resin. Beautiful. I don't know. I'm thinking I've said enough on this. I'm blown away. I'm genuinely impressed. Kind of a bit sad that I didn't get to this one sooner. So let's do Blackpepper. And this one is the one I already know. So I'm not going to be able to give you my very first reaction to Blackpepper, but this is going to be my first reaction to the full bottle, because the only thing I have from this is an 8 milliliter splash bottle that I got. Also an official Comme des Garcons splash bottle, but yeah, just a small one. So interesting. It's a beautiful paper wrap. So this is not plastic. This is actually very. It feels very delicate. It's just wrapped in here, like a two-tone paper. In a sense, it's quite Japanese. Like Japanese people love their wrapping paper. It's again one of these pebble bottles, very reflective. I think they look nice, but they are annoying to fit in a collection. So there's like a metallic Blackpepper, and it says Eau de Parfum, 100 milliliters. So let's give this one a smell, even though it's not new to me. Two sprays again. Fingerprint magnet, unfortunately. Oh, I love this. So that's why I got a full bottle. So, you know, as the name says, I don't need to say too much about this one. This is just very freshly ground black pepper, and I think really high quality black pepper. It is spicy, but it's not too spicy, and there's a certain how to describe it. It's like almost like a fruitiness to it, because of obviously pepper is actually just a fruit that's dried, and yeah, and this you get both the fruity aspects, which is like a red dark fruit, but also the smoky, woody, spicy aspects of the center of the peppercorn, and it's surprisingly clean and smooth, and there's a sweetness coming through, like a nutty sweetness that is provided by the base. There's a good amount of musks, I think, that give this like a clean, more weighty feel, but it's still fresh enough that you can wear this easily all year around. I love this. This is just the most beautiful, simple, yet just supremely refined black pepper scent. And it's not very loud. So if you think black pepper, oh, I'm gonna get blasted by the spiciness, this way too intense scent, you'll be fine. This is really refined and I think very Japanese in that sense. It's very easy to wear and completely not over the top. So I didn't know this about the colognes, but a little bit similar to like the Serge Lutens bottles. You have to assemble them yourself. So I'm thinking they want to give you the option of using them as a splash bottle, because colognes are often used as a splash bottle. So it comes like this, and you have to unscrew carefully without spilling the cap very tightly. Put on there, and then you carefully insert the sprayer and you screw it down, and now you've got yourself a spray bottle of Comme des Garcons cologne. And therefore the cap is extremely cheap. This is just plastic. I hate this cap, but you know, let's see how the sprayer does. And this is Vettiveru, and it's the series 4, and it's colognes, and it's a nice sprayer, so at least the spray is good. These are 125 mils, so it's a big bottle, but they're eau de cologne, so there's lower concentration. Oh my god, yeah. So it's Vettiveru because it has vetiver, and it is vetiver. You immediately get the vetiver, but it's a very green vetiver. I don't think it is. It's got the grassy notes, it's got the rooty notes, but it's not swampy. So sometimes vetiver can get a little bit swampy, a little bit smoky, and I think this one is on the lighter side, and not just because it's an eau de cologne, but just because the way they blended it. There's lots of citruses. It's very fresh, very sparkly. Lovely to wear, lovely to wear. If you're interested, maybe I should do a comparison. I've got the Guerlain Vetiver Eau de Toilette. I've got various of the Encre Noires, which this one is a lot heavier and smokier and muskier, and the Guerlain is a lot creamier and soapier in my opinion. But yeah, this actually does have a little bit of soapiness. Yeah, it does, but it's probably closer to the Guerlain Vetiver than to Encre Noire, to my nose right now. But there's not much to say about it. It's very straightforward, gorgeously clean, light Vettiveru cologne. Okay, and this is one of the most interesting ones because it's very rare, and I've never seen this one in stores. I don't hear about this one a lot. This is the original Comme des Garcons in Eau de Parfum concentration. I should probably talk about when these were released as well. Let's do that real quickly now, since we got to the history. So this one, oh, well, I'm gonna have to use something to get this open because I don't know if you've seen this one, but it's it's like shrink wrapped. It's like vacuum sealed in a plastic bag, which is so Comme des Garçons. You know, actually, I saw a video recently of the Comme des Garçons self-titled scent that came out later. That's also packaged the same way. So I don't know if they just do this for the self-titled scents. But let's get this one open, but carefully. So I want to keep the packaging just because, I don't know, I'm sentimental like that. Just gonna cut a small slit in here. And then hopefully not make too much noise for you guys. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. Got it out. And this is the bottle. So we know for sure this one was sealed. So that's actually how full they come. There's a little bit of air at the top. It's a nice golden yellow color. Clear bottle, 50 mils, Eau de Parfum. And this came out, so I'm gonna check real quick, 1994. So it's over 30 years old now. Crazy to think about it. And it was done by Buxton. This one I couldn't find out. Actually, Vettiveru 1, which I don't know the difference between 1 and 2. 1 was done by Mark Buxton as well, and Vettiveru 2 came out in 2018. Blackpepper is 2016, and by the way, Blackpepper is done by Antoine Maisondieu, who's a perfumer I quite enjoy the work of, generally. And Comme des Garçons Black it was done in 2013, and I think it was done by Guillaume Flavigny, who is not listed on the site I'm looking at right now, but there's an article by I think Eau de Jasmin, or what are they called? Sorry, Bois de Jasmin, my bad. Who claimed that it was done by Guillaume Flavigny, which does make sense since Guillaume Flavigny is also the perfumer behind Tom Ford's Black Lacquer, and these have some similarities. Right, without further ado, let's get into smelling Comme des Garçons Eau de Parfum. Give this a spray as well. 2 sprays. Oof, yeah, this one's powerful. Oh my, that's so different. This is completely different. Spicy again. So similar. So it's spicy, but it's different types of spices because this has a huge cinnamon note. Huge cinnamon in the top. But there's a twist. So it's got a little bit of a dirtiness. So I'm thinking there's some like slightly animalic honey, but just very slightly animalic. There's some floral notes in here, and maybe a touch of leatheriness. So spicy cinnamon. Of course, there's some citrusy top notes here as well. It gives you that sparkle. There could be some aldehydes in here as well, and but it's hugely cinnamony, honeyed, floral, and like a very lightly leathery base. And so I see this compared often to this one, which was also done by Mark Buxton in 1995. So a year after Comme des Garçons EdP, we got the Eau de Toilette Comme des Garçons White. And this one I find is also cinnamony. So the cinnamon is incredibly similar, but white I think is a lot cleaner, and it doesn't have the honey. It doesn't have the leather to my nose. This one I need to put on skin. So Comme des Garçons Eau de Parfum, to my nose, it's actually the most complex out of those four. And I have to try it on skin and do some more further testing. Yeah, there's a bit of dirt. There's a bit of filth in there. Like just a tiny bit. Yep, for sure. I'm getting that slightly bit of old school leathery dirt that kind of combines with the honey. I hope you can't hear my stomach. My stomach's growling right now. If you can hear it, I apologize. Yeah, but there's a slight dirtiness in the honey and a slight dirtiness in the leather in this. But so this is probably the dirtiest Comme des Garçons I've smelled so far. Usually they're quite industrially clean, and all of these are pretty clean. Even this one, which has a tar note, I think still leans clean. But this has some life to it. This smells more. There's more to it. There's some really nice floral, like a tea-like rose coming through, but it's not. It's more like it's combined with some geranium as well, so that you get the clovey parts of a geranium with some rose and like a tea-like quality, but back with this huge cinnamon note and this slightly animalic honeyed leather. Also, quite enjoying this one. I think this one needs some more decoding. This one is the most weird one from these, I think. But the others immediate love, and this one I'm still liking a lot because it's so interesting and it's like a different take. Or it's like almost like a sister or brother fragrance to this white, and I'm looking forward to going back to back between these two, and maybe I'll do a comparison if you're interested. All right, I think that was more than long enough. I hope this was fun for you as well. I loved it, and I thank you all for watching, and we will see each other next time.